Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tangle Tower. Thanks for tuning in. So we're currently in, if I recall correctly, Felix's room, which is Fiona's or Fifi's father, and we're reinvestigating this section because she pointed out like, how did he paint red paint without the paint being there? So we're gonna take a second look.
Statue. Well, also, I mean, no offense, but
wait, so Fifi was confused as to how Felix painted this without any red paint. He said he owns a sword, he doesn't keep any weapons at Tangle Tower. I didn't think they were gonna note that. So let's talk to him about it. Hey, you got some explaining to do. Excuse me, you gotta explain. Oh, so that's what that unlocks. I see, how interesting. Let's do it.
About this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
Is it that? So if the red paint is locked away in the box, right? It wasn't out in the open, it was locked away in the box. Is it that he took the paint from Freya and she was like, oh, I don't have any red paint. Well, I guess I'll just use my own blood as a substitute for the sake of art. Like, is that a possibility? There was also that huge red painting in her room, which it's kind of scaring me now what that might imply. I don't think it's what I'm thinking, but still. All right.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then. Out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. It has the wrong lid on. It's not the right color. Whoa, I didn't even think about the lids. I'm just gonna guess that he took it from Freya.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots.
Oh.
End of discussion.
I didn't even think that was gonna be a thing.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
I mean, Freya's paint set? Brush and Freya's paints. So, the red one's in a slightly different container. I didn't even notice. Huh, okay, here you go, I guess.
Let's take a closer look at this.
So, what's the connection? So, Freya's red paint pot was used to paint... Wait, hold on. Can I put... Oh, I can't, I have to do this. So, was used to paint the bird, I guess? The model of the bird is exactly the same as, was stolen and replaced with, was broken by, was stolen and replaced with Felix's. Okay, wait. Wording. I'm trying to think about what sentence they want. Okay, Freya's red paint pot was stolen, right? And it was replaced with this one. No, I would say the opposite, right? Wait, I'm so confused. And both were left in Flora's tower. The lids were swapped to hide it. Freya noticed what had happened, and it was broken by Felix and used as the murder weapon. The lids were swapped to hide it. I guess, wait, I'm so confused.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours.
Oh, semantics. I like kind of understood. I understood what they were sort of trying to go for, but the way to phrase it and set up the sentence for it, I'm like, huh? What?
Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Oh, it's so connected. It's beyond connected. Especially the red paint. Had been emptied all of its. That's a strange way to phrase it. All of the paint pots. This red paint pot had been emptied of its contents of its lake water. It had been emptied of its lake water, of its red paint. What? After Freya used it to paint, I don't know. The sentence structure construction thing is really messing with my brain. Okay, let's look through our options. Contained, no. Let's take this out. Was used to fill up. After Freya used it to paint Flora. Emptied out onto the floor. Before Freya used it to paint Flora. And then locked away by Freya several weeks ago. Why is Felix stealing Freya's paint relevant to the murder? Because this red paint pot was used to destroy, somehow filled with blood, after Freya used it to paint Flora. I don't know.
This red paint pot.
No, I guess that's not
was
correct.
Somehow filled with blood after Freya used it to paint Flora. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Emptied out onto the floor before Freya used it to paint Flora. It was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint
There we go.
pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Okay.
That's definitely something. Right. Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow her.
Then you just stole it?
For a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment.
Wow, jeez,
but
man.
It's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
You can just go to the store and buy it, my dude. No means no, man. Artist supplies are very important to them, dude.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it.
Aw.
If that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
Just
I was
spill it,
trying
man.
to finish this in time for Flora's birthday.
Oh.
I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
So you do have thoughts and consideration for other people's feelings. So, I guess he was trying to paint this. So we don't, obviously it's not in color, but I'm sure it all makes sense now. She was holding the feather. It's red and white. I see. Okay, so now that mystery is solved. What isn't solved is how blood got in there. Okay, all right. This was very informative. I will see you later, Felix. I will see you later. Okay, Hawkshaw, let's talk to you, friend. What do you have to say for yourself? Hello. Oh, it got all misty? Oh, it already was. It already was, I think. So, suspicion.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
The golden beetle, yeah? Let's try it.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So,
That's not a
what are you
compliment.
looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
Right, he did say that.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's broken and doesn't work. It's not a microscope. Hawkshaw doesn't know how to use it. I forgot what the relevant information we learned about it was. It was that... So it is a microscope. It's a telescope, I guess. It's broken, it doesn't work. It's not a microscope. Hawkshaw doesn't know. I forgot what we were told. I'm just gonna guess one of these two.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
Well, we talked to Fifi about it. Oh, I guess this is the correct thing? I guess this is the correct line of reasoning. Okay. So let's see. Fifi's eye gear. A fake glass lens. A magnifying glass. Microscope lens. Telescopic lens. I have no idea what we're going for, which makes it the murder weapon! I have no idea what we're going for. Let's just look through our options. Is a part of, is made entirely out of, was created by Fifi to use, according to Fifi, uses, so I'm assuming this is where we're starting. According to Hawkshaw, uses, okay, I'm assuming, I forgot what Fifi told us. The handheld microscope uses, so it's not we're trying to claim here that it actually isn't a microscope. So telescope, right? She said it was a telescope, which makes it the murder weapon. So Hawkshaw stole it. Hawkshaw was honest. So Fifi stole it. Hawkshaw lied about it. Hawkshaw lied about it. This?
The handheld.
Aha!
microscope,
All right.
according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it.
Okay,
I'm
wow.
inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
I'm just like stumbling through all this in utter confusion and it's somehow working out. Honestly, me and Grimoire, same boat. I am basically playing exactly the role that he is. I'm fitting right into character.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did
Where
you
is this coming
aspire
from?
to become?
Where is this coming from? Suddenly you're giving us your life story and childhood aspirations. What is this, Hawkshaw?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy.
Wow,
I
pretty
wanted
cool.
to be an astronomer.
Aimed high.
Really?
Oh.
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to
Oh.
consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence,
Oh.
I admit.
Okay, so Hawkshaw is a big fan of Professor Pointer. Maybe, fan of his work. He's been doing it for quite a while, so Aw, I can't believe she let us just crack open the case and take her childhood memento. Like, obviously, we probably didn't physically take it. No, we must have. We must have physically taken it because we had to present it to Fifi for her to comment on the lens. Unless we took a picture of it and she could just tell from the picture. I guess she might be smart enough for that just by one glance, but still, I know. Suspension of disbelief, game logic, cartoon logic, but still, this is a precious memento to Hawkshaw, unless she was like pretending not to care about it. She's like, oh, I don't even care about that little trinket. You can take it. I don't even care, but inside I actually deeply care about this. So okay, it was Professor Pointer that hired her, and it was to look for the beetle, and the beetle papers were in his room. So he's looking for this for some reason. I guess because other people were mentioning he can't provide for his family, so I guess he wants to earn a sum of money. I guess he wants money.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
Theft.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated.
Wait a minute. Theft. That means Professor Pointer originally had the golden beetle? And it was stolen? Am I understanding this correctly? This kind of changes the circumstances like wildly, and you are just casually admitting all of this information. Wait, what?
My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Oh, that would make sense because she was always taking bugs from the garden. So, do you say anything further on that, or probably not? I can present you more items. So we've gone through all this and more people, I suppose. We've met some more people. So let's go for it.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
He has more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious.
Poor thing. Yeah, they seem like they would not get along well at all.
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
Wow, rude. Rude.
I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Restless in a way in which to kill someone? He's like, I only have these experimental plants to keep me company, and for some reason it makes me restless and I must turn to murder! Like, What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, we have so much more to show you, hun. Okay, you know what? Let's just go through it. Let's just go through it.
Diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
I like that that's her first thought. I mean, honestly, same
A
though.
book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes. I
Yes.
see that.
I do see that. Well, because it solves the mystery of what's being portrayed in the painting. That's why.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
It's not a knife.
You
We've
didn't see
figured
a
out what
knife
it
anywhere in
is.
Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Uh-huh.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
Wow, that's quite ambitious. Most of them would be like, no, that is illogical. That makes no sense. I will disregard and disavow anything you say that comes out of your mouth that's fantastical. So, honestly, interesting. What do you think?
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
I mean, is this you? Is this
I
you?
admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph.
It's
do
you,
we?
is it?
Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
It's you, isn't it? Because it looks like you. It looks like you.
Photograph of Freya could be important. I'd tell him not to quit his day job.
But he
got
doesn't
one,
have a
has
day
he?
job. Sigbird.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll.
Wow.
Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
I like that she's immediately like, these horrid figures remind me of possessed dolls. Sharp biting tongue as
Your
always.
life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures
Aw,
like that?
Sally.
Not having a fun adventure?
Right? This is a
right
fun
at this very
adventure.
moment?
I think it is. I think it is, Grimoire.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
That sounds like a story right there. Do tell, Hawkshaw.
People here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
What?
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What about like just really awesome scientific furtherment, and also just making something cool, making art, combining art and science? Like, why not? Honestly though, it is messing with the laws of nature, but it seems like the waters around here are kind of already doing that, so they're just sort of working with what they have.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stones straight from the earth?
Sell them, probably. No, I mean, if it turns out like that, that's cool. That's cool. I would love to be able to like make art with that. That would be really cool.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it?
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Sounds like a child.
You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
Ooh, the
It was
golden
empty
beetle,
yesterday,
yes.
too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
Hmm.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
What? What's with the cracks? What's happening with that?
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
Ooh, yeah, let's talk about you. I want to get to know you better, hun. You know, how about you and me on our off time? Let's like, you know, get a drink or something.
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
What the heck was with that sound effect?
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
Yeah, maybe. What's it to you?
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, yeah, great. So insightful. Thanks,
Have
guys,
you
thanks.
deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the hull?
I still haven't, no.
We're working on it.
That's a no then. You truly consider this a case file?
Wow, rude.
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
I was literally just thinking about that. When she was just saying, like, no organization, I was thinking about my room. I talk about this a lot. I live in organized chaos. An organized mess, sort of. So some people have like everything pristine, very much in order, very clean, very put away. I have like a tumultuous area, but I kind of like it like that. I know where everything is. For me, if I don't see something, I don't think about it. So I like having things out. So I think about it, I remember to use it, or like remember that it's there, you know, when I need it. I feel unsettled if things are too put away and too clean. Isn't that funny? Everybody's brain functions differently, and I've spoken to people about, you know, their preferred way of organization. Mine, organized chaos. So again, me and Grimoire, same page here. Same page.
How quaint.
Don't judge me, Hawkshaw, don't judge me.
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
It's kind of tower-like.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that.
Are you sure
I'm
about that?
disappointed too.
You're saying these residents are ordinary? Excuse me, I think that is the most wrong statement I've heard all day. Okay, so I guess that takes us to the end of the episode. Let's go ahead and decide our next destination real quick. Let me see what I haven't shown fits real quick. I feel like there's some, he scares me. He's fine like this and he has a really nice voice, but back there he's so scary. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show him the rest of the items in the next episode, and then we're probably gonna meet probably Poppy or Penelope next. They are in the rooms to the right. I have not touched that area at all. Again, hearing them talk through everything kind of takes some time. So yeah, let's get through it. See you next time. This is Axis, over and out.